Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Bama Standard, your #1 source for Alabama football and Alabama legends. And right now, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm your host, original powerlifter and Bama grad, Justin Riley. With me, as always, is a man who's ready to go steal, Mr. Marvin Constant, the All-SEC linebacker. And the senior analyst of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, Mr. Stephen M. Smith. And joining us later, the comedy legend himself, Mr. Steve Brown. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man? You know, you said that Steve has some pressing news about Alabama football. So I figured that he maybe have dug up another year eligibility for me. So I said, let me see if this fit and if we're ready to go.
Hey, why not, man? We got comebacks all over the place right now. So, hey, if those knees can go a couple more quarters, man, give it a shot.
Hey, those knees can go more than a couple quarters. Them knees ready.
Okay. What about on kickoff return?
Nah, I'm gonna pass on that.
You gonna pass on that?
I'm gonna pass on all that. I'm good for first and second down. That's all I got for you.
Hey, man, that's better than most, to be honest with you. Well, I got to let our audience know one thing. Derek Lassick was scheduled to be on tonight. Unfortunately, he had a family member pass away, a cousin of his. So he's going to be being with his family tonight. So if you would, just keep him in your prayers. I know we will, and he'll be back on some other time. Just wanted to give everybody a shout out. All right, so looks like we have another guest that's ready to go, possibly.
Judging by that black screen, it must be Antonio Langham.
The former Jim Thorpe Award winner, All-American, and pride of the Cleveland Browns is here, but I think he's using a CB radio to join us tonight.
Pride of the Cleveland Browns. I didn't know Cleveland Browns had any pride at all. They've been beat like a drum forever.
Well, that's why they moved to Baltimore, became the Ravens. They had to have an identity change. Just kind of start over.
Justin, don't do them like that, man.
Antonio, that's you? Oh, he over there locked in. Well, let's move ahead while we wait on.
Let's do
it. Catch up with technology, you know.
Sounds good. Well, guys, let's go ahead and jump into our favorite segment, and that is Constant Chaos, where Marvin gives his unfiltered view on whatever's going on with Alabama, but also the world. Marvin, what's got you fired up this week?
You know, I was going to talk about Aaron Rodgers and his situation with the Packers. We got more pressing issues. My fucking laptop has died. Excuse my language. My laptop has died. Do you understand? I'm in the process of getting a patent. I have years worth of research and work. I'm in the final phases of the patent process, and all my years of hard work are on this computer. And I can't remember the last time I uploaded stuff to the cloud, so I don't know what I'm about to lose. So I'm not very happy right now.
Okay.
Years of research, and if any of you have ever got a patent for anything, you understand that the patent process is not easy at all. It's a very time-consuming, very meticulous thing to actually do. There's so much that you have to go through with the U.S. Patent Office, and you know, with dealing with patent examiners, dealing with my lawyers, dealing with the drafters, the CAD work. It's a lot of work. Yeah, and a lot of money.
Sounds like a
We're
lot.
Almost complete. And at the end of the road, my laptop decides to die.
Well, let's see. Apparently, our audience member, Mr. Was that Lozade, says something, is complaining about the way we're acting, and this doesn't happen on The View. Who's this Joseph guy?
Hey, listen. I'm gonna send ice to his house. He keep on.
Well, besides the laptop, brother, what else do we have going on? You mentioned Aaron Rodgers. Why don't you hit a little bit on that?
I think we're going to see a situation very similar to one that the Detroit Lions has experienced on multiple occasions with not only Barry Sanders, but also Calvin Johnson, with guys actually retiring when they're still performing at a high level due to them just not wanting to trade them or meet some of their demands. So I really think if the Packers don't trade Aaron Rodgers, that this might be the last time you see him play was last season. I really think he might decide to step away if they don't trade him.
Well, we all know the obvious problem right now is lack of weapons. Do you think there's anything more to it than that, or is that basically the main cause for his?
I think that's the biggest cause is the lack of weapons, and then the fact that they went out and drafted a quarterback, not this past draft, but the draft before, drafted a quarterback in the first round instead of getting him weapons. They haven't gone out in free agency and got him what he needed. They haven't addressed it in the draft. So it's like, at what point do you tell this man that, hey, you're really committed to his success and the team's success? It's just something that they just haven't done it. So, at some point, you got to force your hand to say, since, you won't deal with it, then I'll deal with it. But his way of dealing with it probably will be walking away from the game while he still has several good years left.
Well,
my thing is,
go ahead.
I mean, my thing is it also goes back to Green Bay has never consulted Aaron Rodgers about his opinion on anything. And part of the reason when you draft a quarterback, especially in the first round, they become like a partner in your firm or a partner on your team. I mean, let's take, for example, if Patrick Mahomes wants something in Kansas City, Andy Reid and the Hunt family, they gonna listen to Pat Mahomes because they're gonna treat Pat Mahomes like a partner. The same thing with Josh Allen in Buffalo, among other quarterbacks. And Green Bay does not treat Aaron Rodgers like a partner.
I could definitely see that. Now I can understand then drafting a quarterback of the future, but first and foremost, you have to give the man weapons in the meantime for him to do what he's got to do. And for whatever reason, it's like they're trying to avoid providing that to him. So I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, me either. So I don't know. If anybody can talk about playing without weapons, I'm sure Antonio can, because he probably was the only weapon on the team in Cleveland outside of the janitor who had a broom that he was probably lethal with, because there wasn't no talent in Cleveland.
Hey, look, man, we had plenty of talent in 94 and 95.
They say you were playing with all the guys that nobody else wants.
Well, probably.
But Cleveland.
Probably in 99 that was the case, but in 94, 95, I had a lot of weapons, man. I had Pepper Johnson, Carl Banks, I had Eric Metcalf, I had Leroy, Ernest Bond. I had weapons, man.
Who was your quarterback? Who did they draft for quarterback in 99? Was that Tim Couch?
Yeah. And Couch, let me say this now. Let me say this on behalf of Couch. Couch was a hell of a quarterback. He just had a bad damn head coach, Chris Palmer. Chris Palmer messed Couch up when he got to Cleveland, if you want the truth.
Didn't y'all have the same head coach?
No. When we went there in 99, we had Chris Palmer.
That's what I'm talking about. Didn't y'all have you and Couch had the same head coach?
Right.
So he messed you up?
He was on the offensive side. I was on the defensive side.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with me. I had Bob Slowick as my D coordinator. Palmer, man, Couch could go, man. Palmer really screwed, man, Couch up when he got there, man. Honestly. That sometimes you need your head coach still want to be your offensive coordinator and your QB coach. And you can't do all of those at one time, man. And he was trying to be quarterback coach, offensive coordinator.
But that seems to be a common theme in Cleveland. Freddie Kitchen had the same problem, didn't he?
Yeah, Freddie didn't last. Just like Chris Palmer, Freddie didn't last long.
Hey,
were you done?
Were you on the search committee when y'all hired Freddie Kitchens?
I don't get involved in any of that. I was all for Freddie, man. I was for Freddie, but Freddie Freddie should have jumped ship with the rest of them, But I can understand the idea of being a head coach was appealing, man. I don't blame him. But you talking about a head coach in Cleveland at the time, but they'd have probably been through about 30 head coaches in 5 years.
but at the end of the day, he hit the lottery. He got paid.
Yeah. Okay.
So hey, you gonna pay me all that money for 1 year and $5 million? Man, I've been so on the beach this year, chilling. Hey, knock yourself out.
Right. Well, I don't know if I want the job and then don't have success, even though I got paid. Because what happens when other head coaching jobs come open and he want to apply for them, they're gonna be like, well, he didn't have much success in Cleveland. I don't know if I would have wanted it to come out that way, be on the resume that way.
Well, hopefully he has a great financial advisor. He take that money and go invest it and live off the interest, and he ain't got.
Well, he's still in the league. He's just an assistant coach now. He's still in the league, so he's still making good money.
Yeah, I'll still be in the league too, at home watching it on my couch.
You'll be the type of head coach. You'll get a buyout from the school, and you won't work for the next 5 or 6 years. You just
over.
OV. Hey, OV.
Over. I'm at home.
Lose all the interest in coaching. Hey, Marv, we got a job for you on it now, man. Y'all gonna mess with my pay if I leave, go to work.
but can I ask you something though?
Sure.
Isn't that what happened with most of these guys when they get their second contract? Most of the players.
Yeah, they shut it down. Though.
Be like, oh, this is the real money.
Yeah, they shut it down for real.
They play hard them first 3-4 years. They get that second contract.
Yeah, it's over there, huh? They shut it down all the way down.
Prime example, Albert Hainsworth. They gave that boy $100 million, and it was over.
Hey, speaking of taking on extra coaching duties, Antonio, how's that basketball team looking?
I think they disbanded that team.
They shut it down early. After I had that last conversation with y'all, they shut it down. After I left,
hold on.
My whole basketball program down.
Say it ain't so, Langham. Say it ain't so, bro.
It's the truth, baby. Everybody started quitting. Every kid I had on there came up with COVID.
Because of COVID. Is it because they couldn't learn the Tampa 2 in basketball?
Yeah, we tried to run it, but I couldn't get that. I couldn't get my safety though. My safeties wouldn't get over the top enough, so that was over.
I'm sorry, I just don't see you coaching basketball, no matter what age group. I can't visualize.
I can't either. Marvin, I'll say this to you. The reason why I volunteered to help out because the head coach was Wagstaff. So what you think about that?
Hey, Langham said, golly, I told y'all 3 sky. You're 3 sky.
I couldn't tell them that. I couldn't get them to figure that out when we were playing football.
How were you and Granderson Wagstaff coaching basketball? A linebacker and a cornerback.
The school asked him to be the 9th grade basketball coach.
Oh, here we go.
And the kids, and all the kids on the 9th grade basketball team were out on the football team. And none of them like Wagstaff. So there was not going to be a 9th grade basketball team. And I said, man, y'all not going to play basketball? They were like, man, we got to play for Coach Wag. No, man, we ain't playing. I said, so what if I come out of here? We'll play, Coach. We'll play. So
you said they were going to opt out if Wag was coaching, huh?
No, they were going to opt out, baby. COVID rules were going to come into play.
Hey, I do want to get your opinion on something. Speaking of opting out, about a week or so ago, one of the top running backs in this recruiting class decided he's going to opt out of his senior year, Texas recruit. I wanted to get your thoughts on that. It's kind of been a hot topic lately. Marvin gave his opinion last week. What's your opinion on high school seniors possibly opting out of their last year of ball?
Well, I blame the recruiting services and all that for that. because they have made these kids feel like they getting ready to go to the NFL draft out of high school. So now I feel like I can opt out, and then I'm gonna have every college in America waiting on me when this year is over with. Why are you opting out? You think you that good coming out of high school that you think you're gonna automatically leave high school and go to the pros? Why are you opting out? Why? I don't get it. Why are you opting? You're not that good. You're still in high school. And then half of them will get to college and transfer to a smaller school because they can win a starting job and where they at. So why are you opting?
And then bigger than that, and then bigger than that, you don't get this high school experience back again.
No.
So you might as well enjoy it.
Yeah.
But that's what happened when you start putting them 4 stars and 5 stars on them, and then this mess with ESPN, the top 300, then your top 10.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. ESPN 300 is a joke. They don't be recruiting them kids. ESPN recruit 10 kids and swear they recruit 300. They put 10 kids up there and act like they went all over them schools. ESPN know what they're doing. Don't be looking at 300 kids.
Justin was in the Frito-Lay 1 million. At the bottom of the list.
I had a spot.
Look, bro. I was in the Doritos 50. I'm proud of that. I was in the Doritos 50. Cool.
Doritos 50.
Hey, he had no stars. He had an asterisk by his name.
That can still get me in, right?
Oh yeah.
Coach Prime told me he had a spot for me.
Hey, Tonio, you ever seen?
Yeah, Coach Prime.
Hey, Tonio, can I ask you something, Tonio?
Sure.
Have you ever seen a holder where elbow pads and that forearm pad? That was Justin.
Hey, man.
So
hey.
Justin, you would
holding PAT.
You would stick your fingers through the end of them.
Hey, I gotta give Justin credit for this though. Justin put up a picture where it was Kendrick Blackshear on one side and him on the other, and Justin said, "Nah, I know why Alabama didn't call me."
It's because I opted out my senior year.
That's it. You lost that year, your senior year, huh?
Man. Well, let's get to why we here, though. I don't know if you heard or not, but Derek had a death in his family, so he's not going to be able to make it on tonight. So, but we're going to allow you to tell your side of the story and defend those comments. I'm sure Justin has that clip queued up.
You know, Marvin, it's funny. You know, I've had this clip queued up for the past 3 or 4 weeks ready for Antonio to watch and take however long he needs to critique what I'm about to show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the clip.
You know, George Teague and Antonio Langham say they carried the team in 92. They said you and Jay didn't do nothing. They say y'all were just there.
Yeah, they well, you know, it worked hand in hand because we carried them against Florida. They were getting beat like a drum against Florida. You know what I'm saying? Kept us in the game. You know, and Antonio Langham gets the most valuable player when he's getting beat the whole night. He makes one play and he's the most valuable player. Where did they do that at? I give him
hey, is anybody recording this? Anybody recording this?
Hey,
I got it.
I tell Antonio that all day. I
Hey,
said,
look,
wait a minute, hold on.
I'm just telling you what they said. I'm just telling you what they said now.
I'm still amazed that I'm the one at the bottom right-hand corner with no lights on. It's a blessing to have power. Let me just say that right now.
Well, you know, after we got that GoFundMe goal, we were able to get his lights turned back on. But anyway, Antonio, sir, Mr. Thorpe Award winner, Mr. First Round draft pick, Mr. 2-time All-SEC and All-American,
Mr. Save Roy Kramer's butt.
How do you respond to that?
First of all, you're talking about a man who had maybe 1 or 2 100-yard games in 13 games. maybe this whole 4-5 year career at Alabama, he probably had 2 100-yard plus games, and Florida was one of them. So he had finally have a 100-yard game, and now he want to talk noise.
So what you're
Where
saying?
Where was he at when we were winning 13-7? Where was he at when we were winning 9-6? Where was he at when we were winning 3-3? We got a safety 3-2. Where was he at? They bagged up all the time, so now we bagged up all the time, so we can't get good field position. So we fight for our lives. Where was he at?
He said that he was dominating time of possession so he could help y'all out, and that was the main reason the defense was able to do what they did. That was one of his reasons.
Well, if anybody watched us play majority of those years, we was always run, pass, defense. So where was he at?
Wow.
Run, pass, defense. It was always that. So, but he was such this big time back. Where was he at? Where was he at all these other games? When we had to struggle just to beat UT Chattanooga, where was Mr. 100-yard plus at? We got to struggle. You know what?
Hold on, Langham. Not UT Chattanooga, bro.
UT Chattanooga, we had to struggle to be UT Chattanooga. You know what? Where was he at? We played La Tech. We down 7-6 for the longest. Thank God for David Palmer.
Yes. Come on.
David Palmer don't come in the game and return a punt for a touchdown. We probably lose that. Where was Derek last game? We played Tulane, and we had to lock the coaches out the locker room just to be able to get them going offensively.
I knew that game was going to come up.
Yeah, where was they at Tulane, man?
Hold on. Y'all had to do what?
We had to lock the doors at halftime, man, and the seniors had to have a powwow just so we could beat Tulane.
What? What was that conversation like?
I'm gonna tell you what that was. It was Curry and Copeland jumping on folks.
Let me tell you what it was like. They wouldn't allow Jay to throw the football, so they would like turn the hand to Lassie. But every time they handed to Lassie, he liked to try to run and cut and jump, make them jump cuts. Every time he jumped, he was in the backfield jumping. So what was he at? I don't think he made it to the line of scrimmage into that night. But he gonna talk about us getting beat like a drum in the SEC championship game. The one game that they finally played well out of 13.
Hey,
yeah, all the interceptions. Hey, Marvin, all the interceptions we were playing offense and defense.
So what you're saying is y'all actually carried them all season.
You know, man, the load get heavy, but you're a team, so you got to carry them.
Maybe Derek was just a late bloomer. He was waiting to the right moment to show what he had.
He like a tree. Then it took him 5 years to grow.
Boy, not 5 years.
It took him 5 years to grow.
That's a tough tree, man. That's tough.
So well, without the defense, it wouldn't have been a national championship.
Well, I knew we were in trouble when I got to Bama. He was already there. When you get a running back out of New York, you're in a world of trouble, man.
I told him I didn't think they even played football in New York.
Especially in Haverstraw. Have you ever heard of Haverstraw?
Maybe they had an outreach ministry.
Hold on. That's like some dark side of the moon city.
I know it. He can't even show a tough side of New York from Haverstraw. He can't claim Yonkers or nothing like. the Bronx or nothing. He can't claim either.
Man, Poe Man can't even claim Harlem.
No.
Wow.
Hey, look here, man. And there's no disrespect to nobody, but Haverstraw, New York, Derek probably grew up Amish.
So he was churning butter and getting first down.
Yeah. They would get to the games on
You said that man grew up Amish, really?
Have you ever heard of Haverstraw, New York?
So you saying he grew up on a horse and buggy, churning butter? That's where he got them 4 arms from, churning butter his whole life.
Yeah, I can say Town Creek, and everybody like, yeah, Town Creek country. I can accept that. When you hear people say it from New York, everybody make New York sound like New York, big city of dream. No one's ever heard of Haverstraw. Have you ever heard of Haverstraw before, Derek Lassie?
No.
Any of you?
Nah.
No.
I'm right. My point exactly. He probably got lucky, got the Bama. He probably playing 8-man football.
Wow. Not the 8-man football.
Yeah.
Hey Marvin, you looking real intense, man. The computer doing all right?
We getting up. And so we getting up, man. You know, hey, my computer died, man. What Tony?
Bro, like Marvin, your right nostril kind of flaring up there, man. Like you good?
What's going on, man? We're concerned over here.
Hey, man. I told y'all there's years of research on this computer from working on all my designs and everything else for my patent process, man. So, you know, I had to.
You probably got 3 or 4 more books on that computer also.
Actually, I do have 2 more books on here.
Hey,
what it is, it's all that extra data from Backpage. You need to get rid of that.
Damn, Mom, you on Backpage?
I'm not going there with them today.
I would assume a man like you that had to get on Backpage with a half-naked book cover. You ought to be
I'm glad y'all enjoying y'all sales, huh?
This
there it is right there.
That's right.
Hey, Justin,
yeah.
The next time you show that book, you should have D'Angelo playing in the background. And start spinning the book around in a circle. Just start spinning.
Hey, Antonio, this serves as his book cover, but also the cover of his OnlyFans account.
I'm glad y'all
MC, you my dude, man. You my dude. You got an OnlyFans page account, man.
You know better than that.
How else is he gonna pay to get his computer fixed? Remember that comment about the glorified placeholder, Marvin? Yeah.
Hey man, you was out there with a 4-arm pad on. Ain't nobody But I do have a question for you, Antonio. So, in that SEC championship game against Florida, you know, leading up to that, y'all knew y'all had to win that game to make it to the national championship. Defense had been solid all season. What were the main challenges that y'all had going into that game?
Honestly, man, Spurrier is good, man. Honestly, and that is the only coach that could get under Coach Oliver's skin, man. Anytime we got ready to play Florida and Spurrier, Coach Oliver would lose his stuff the whole week. And all week long, man, he was putting stuff in, taking stuff out, changing this, changing that. And I'm like, man, it's just Florida and Steve Spurrier. But we knew Florida was good. We knew Spurrier. If anybody was going to give us a challenge that year, really, it was Florida. But the way our offense played, everybody gave us a challenge.
I know they were running Langham so many high-low routes that whole game. But then that last one, you were just like, screw this. I'm going to jump this. Like, what made you say, forget this, I'm gonna jump this route and just see what happens?
But you know what really happened? That game was Spurrier. When they got down, we got up 21-7. We got up 21-7. Spurrier panicked. What we couldn't stop all game was that little shovel pass to Eric Red. We could not stop it, man. Copeland and Curry and our rush was getting up the field, and Spurrier was hitting them with that little shovel pass with Eric Red. He was hitting us for 20, 25 yards a pop. Every time they ran that play. That's the play that was killing us. When we got up 2 touchdowns, Spurrier panicked. And then he just started, that wide open offense came in the play. He just started throwing it around. But he was so good, his number 2 receivers, his inside receivers had option routes all night. We was a lot of cover too. So if a safety sit hard inside, one would go to the corner, other would go to the post. And if they got hard outs, if they got hard inside, they would go to the corner route. And they had option routes all night, man. And between that shovel pass and them option routes, baby, Spurs was on the tear. Because usually with our defense, if you gave us a 7-point lead, it was ball game.
Why was it ball game if y'all gave up a 7-point lead?
And we had a 7-point lead. Our defense, we had horses over there on that defense that year, baby.
So what would have happened if y'all would have been down by 7 points?
We would have had George and I would have needed some interception for touchdown.
Hey, George, you got this, or do you want me to take it?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
We came on the sideline. We ain't never say nothing to the offense. We just walk by. All right, man. All right, man. Yeah, we ready when y'all ready.
Audience question real quick. It says from Donald Schultz. I once posted Langham and Teague's 1994 Fleer Ultra rookie card side by side on Twitter as a shout out. Teague made a joke about Langham not tucking your shirt tail in. Anything behind this?
Yeah, he wore number 43. Shit, I wouldn't tuck that in either.
Well, George and them always had an issue with me because they said Coach Oliver let me do whatever I wanted to do. So he still was holding that grudge that he had to work a little harder at practice than I did.
Poor George.
No wonder he'd be so mad half the time.
Yeah, that's why he was mad. That's why he was running people down and taking the ball from, because he had to practice a lot more.
And then later on the NFL knocking people down on the star.
Yeah, he was still
Hey, he killed T.O., man. I'm still praying for T.O.
He was still mad because, T.O. was at UT Chattanooga that year. We struggled to beat him. So he was still mad. He was still mad about all that work we had to put in to shut UT Chattanooga down to win the game.
That truth is coming out now. That makes a lot of sense. Hey, Antonio, John Copeland once told us that although you joked around a lot, as soon as you hit that field, you became a dog. Talk to us about that mentality. And also, is this something that's missing from today's game?
You know what Coach saying, that our whole football team was like that. And Coach, it really concerned Coach Stallings. It really did, because all during the week, but every Saturday when we get to the stadium, we go out and pregame warm up, man. And we're jumping around. We're picking with each other, pinching each other, punching each other, jumping on each other, back tackling each other. We would just laugh the whole time. We in the locker room with joking and all that right before kickoff. Coach Stallings would call his coaching staff up, and he would be like, "Hey man, is our football team ready to go? They all running around there, they laughing, they joking, they grab asses, and nobody seems ready to go." But that was just the way we handled ourselves. But once we came out that second time and you put that football on the tee, it seemed like it's almost like you threw us in that pit. Either you're gonna scratch or you're gonna get beat. You know what I'm saying? Go scratch it, what you gonna do? And we got it. Once we teed it up, and them lights was on, man. Everybody's mentality changed fourth quarter, and it kept us loose. Now I think coaches get all upset with kids when they have too much fun right before a game. But I think what happens is you make the kids tight by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Quit playing and joking, man. You ain't focused. You're not. It's not. Sometimes people operate. let me joke around, but once I hit the field, I become a different guy. Now some guys handle it some, and I think that's what it was. We had fun. We kept ourselves loose until once we teed it up, though, you saw a whole different animal there. But you know what's crazy though, man? I'll tell y'all this real quick. Copeland was the same way, but Copeland had a different way of dealing stuff. Cope never really joked around. Let me say he did. Cope never really was one of those rah-rah type guys that you could get him to go give a speech or do all that with the guys. But we were playing Mississippi State in '92, and we were down. And it was during a TV timeout, and man, we had to really, to the point we really hadn't been down like that, where we had to really fight to win a game. And we were in the huddle during the TV timeout, and man, Cope just started looking around in the huddle. And then Cope said he just came out of nowhere, man. It was just a lot of cuss words, I won't say. And then he was like, look, man, if y'all don't want to play, if y'all that scared, then get the hell out of the way. I'll win it by myself. And then he looked at EC, Eric Kerr, he cussed EC out so bad. After that, whoever that was blocking Cope and the rest of Cope was on the tear that night. I'm telling you, man, Cope needs to be in the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, and Cope needs to be up for the College Football Hall of Fame. That's a dude there, man.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Man. Somebody got a ham radio going on?
Marvin
that was Marvin.
Marvin came in with headsets and stuff on, man. He just
now. So, I mean, sound like to me where Cope is concerned, because Cope kind of set that tone for what we got in the latter years with Jonathan Allen, because Jonathan Allen didn't like to talk either. But you get a situation where Jonathan Allen seems like everybody messing around. Jonathan Allen gonna let some rip, and then Allen on you the whole game.
But you know the thing about it, from everybody who I talked to on the '92 team, they all said Antonio played too much. That's what everybody say. Say Antonio always playing around.
I heard it was Willie Gaston.
No, Willie had other problems, had other issues. Willie had girl issues. The bus is leaving at 10:30 in the morning to go to the airport for us to fly to a game. The bus is outside. The bus leave at 10:30. It's 10:25, and Willie Gaston got 3 women still chasing him through the door.
Yeah.
And he always act like he always thought Coach Stallings didn't know, but Coach Stallings would say, "Hey, 43, you go get 22. You telling me got 5 damn minutes before this bus leaves, or I'm leaving him here in Tuscaloosa." So now I got to go in the dorm. He comes getting ready to come running by me. As soon as he run by me, I just jump in front of the 3 girls. And I'm like, look, he got to get on the bus. He's in the package. He's in a lot of defensive packages. He has to play tomorrow. So what y'all need to do is y'all deal with him.
Yep.
Back Saturday night. Deal with him. He has to go. Man, by the time I say that, I turn and walk off. I don't know what happened. By the time he gets to the bus, that white shirt he had on with his tie, the whole collar was red. They just scratched him up. Coach Stallings sitting there looking at it. Coach Stallings like, "Hey, 43, I'm gonna send 22 ass home." I'm like, "Coach, don't send him home, please. I got it.
Did you guys?
Man, they always see that. That's the problem. They always try to put everything on me like I was the big jokester. Derek Oden was the worst now. Derek Oden was the biggest jokester now.
That's what I heard.
Hey,
Derek Oden was the biggest jokester.
I'm trying to say this though. What was Kaylee doing in all of this?
Dancing.
Kaylee was a nuke by then. He was too cool to play around like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a nuke then. He was too cool to do all that, man. He had that KA sign on his chest, man. He was too cool to do all that, man. You know, Kaylee, he come out the door and walk into the bus. You know, He wiping his face the whole time because he's too. You know what I'm saying, man? He wiping his face like someone like he's sweating. He was too cool for that, man.
But you know what's funny? I actually asked him to join us tonight, but he's in the process of moving.
He might be now.
We're gonna have to see that
now.
We're gonna have to see that clip
I
where
seen
you
it.
talking about he wasn't doing that with wiping his face.
Yeah, all the time. That's all he do, wipe his face over there, man. I seen him not too long ago, man. He rolled up, man, the other day. I saw him somewhere, man. Came the other day. He rolled up. I said, man, what's this big bright red truck with tinted windows all on there, man? He hops out of there. I said, what's up, Newt? Hey, look here, man. Let's just be honest. When you that dog like me and Kaylee, a red car is not for us.
he rolled up looking like the fire marshal.
Yeah, man. Like fire marshal Bill or something. That's what I thought it was, man. I said, we got a fire hazard around here. Ain't we at capacity?
Say you looking around, make sure you eat by a fire hydrant.
Yeah, man. Hey, Mark, the truck was so bright, man. I thought I was gonna watch a dog run over that piss on him.
Go. So when y'all used to be in practice, how did that used to go between you and Kaylee? Did he give you any problems, or was it just business as usual?
Oh no, it was bit. Now practice, man, was different, man. We went a lot. We did a lot of one-on-one period all the time, man, and it was always me against Kaylee, Deuce, Curtis Brown. I went against all them cats, man. But Kaylee was easy to cover because he wasn't doing them going deep.
I only gave him one route.
Yeah, pretty much a go route and a post route. You know what I'm saying? He always heard footsteps, even in one-on-one. We ain't had no safety out there in one-on-one. He said, "Hey, Marvin, we didn't have linebackers and safeties in one-on-one, but he was always hearing footsteps, so we just kept him out. They just went deep routes, so we knew what to do with him. Just run deep with him."
So you saying he dropped a lot of balls?
Huh?
You saying he dropped a lot of balls when he heard them footsteps?
Well, most of them do.
Well, and he was wiping his face, so he couldn't.
Wiping his face,
Hey, he knew after the game he had to hit that stroll party one time, so
Yeah. Now you knew when he had him a real big game. Now, baby, he'd come out of there. He got his cap and stuff on with his cane. He headed to the party. I said, go step on him. Hey, Marvin, I said, go step on him, Noob.
He out there rolling his shoulders the whole
man.
So out of all those guys you just mentioned, man, who did you like going one-on-one against in practice? Who challenged you the most?
I enjoyed all of them, man. I had fun with all of them, but that Deuce, David Palmer, yes, sir. You had to be on your stuff. That's why, baby, I'm telling you, man. You had to be on your stuff. Now, you want to tell you who was easy work, and I know y'all recording this, y'all gonna tell him.
We wouldn't do it.
Y'all know who was easy work, though?
Brown.
There you go, Curtis Brown. That
was not downtown. Not downtown.
He came in there. Man, I've been learning from my Uncle Charlie, man. Uncle Charlie Brown to play with the Redskins. I work, man. I'm so smooth running these routes. Man, we get out there and start going against CB. This what I got to go against all the time. I know I'm going to get paid. No, man. CB could go, though. CB was good.
Moments like this is why I like doing what I do.
Man, my bad, Brown. I'm sorry, Brown. Brown.
Hey, Justin, but check this out though. So we had practice one day, and we going one-on-one. And you remember Chad Key, big tall Chad Key?
Yeah.
So every time Chad Key would get a route, he would line up. Wouldn't nobody go with him. Even the guys that should have been going with him, with DB, wouldn't go with him, man. So you could tell it was frustrating because he'll line up out there, man, and wouldn't soul be out there. And Coach Allen would be out there like, is anybody gonna go with the man? And everybody sitting around like they talking to each other. Wouldn't nobody go with him. So one day we had practice. We're doing one-on-ones again. And I had just went with David. I went with David and KD. I went like 3 times back to back. Chad Key comes up, and nobody goes with him. And you can see the disappointment on his face. So he dropped his head. He walking off. I said, hey, arena football. Come on, let's go. Hey, ever since that day, every time you see me now, he always say, "What's my name, Langham?" I said, "Arena football."
We're gonna have to get him on with you then. We're gonna talk about that.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Eric Ross, shout out to Town Creek. Roll Tide.
Town Creek, baby. Yeah. Creek.
Now, I do have to ask a serious question, then we can go back to doing what we do. Antonio, what would you do to the guys who lined up against you to break them down mentally?
You know what? As I watch it nowadays, the problem is kids, the DBs are so afraid to get beat.
What did you do when you were playing?
Listen, no, what I'm saying, I'm getting there, man. The kids nowadays are afraid to get beat deep. Okay. They're afraid to get beat deep. But what happens when you're afraid to get beat deep, you have total breakdown, technique breakdown from the beginning. I like press man to man because if I got these hands on you, it was over. Let me get impressed. What I would do, I would get up there and let me get my hands on you. Let's end this today. Let's end this right now because every route, offense is a timing route, passing route. If I get my hands on you, then it's dead. It's a dead ball game right there. They going away from you, but these kids are bailing out of there, and they running, and they killing them. They running intermediate routes. Honestly, Devontae is a great receiver, but he wasn't real big. If guys was been patient at the line of scrimmage and got their hands on him a lot, he wouldn't have been able to do a lot of stuff he was doing to him, man.
So that's what you was doing.
Coordinators get nervous and they get in a lot of zone coverage and they kill him. They kill him all day long. You're gonna get picked apart in zone coverage all day with guys like that, man. They can go like them, man.
So that's what you was doing. You was playing press man. So that's what Lassick was talking about when he kept saying you kept getting beat deep. Is that what you were doing?
Well, first of all, if Lassick go pull up any of them films, he'll see that wasn't happening. That's what Lassick needs to do. Now, if Lassick had made some of them cutbacks, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to run off. He said you were getting beat. He said you were getting beat like a drum all night. That's what he said.
He said he wanted to know where his Daniel Moore was at.
Last issue with me is the fact that I got MVP of the SEC championship game, and he felt like he should have got it, but he ran for 100 plus in one game out of 13 games. So you supposed to be the MVP.
So what you're saying is he had 192 yards for the season, and 100 of them came in that one game.
In that one game, but you want MVP.
So you
it was about time he scored 2 touchdowns or better.
So he was fresh all season. That's what you're saying. He was fresh all year.
Oh, he was fresh. He was good and fresh, man. He ain't even had to go to the training room to get 3 different injuries. He was good.
Hey, he was that good bag of potato chips. Just open that thing up.
That's what it was. He was good all year. He was fresh. He was fresh.
So the only time they had to wash his uniform was after the SEC championship game. All right.
Yeah, I give him that, and I give him the national championship game. I give him those 2 games, but the first 12, ain't even no blood on his uniform. You know, at least every now and then you see a running back. He had a few blood stains on his. He was first of all he was wearing he swore up and down he had Barry Sanders thighs. Then he wore the thigh pads like Gurley be wearing. Todd Gurley be wearing. So you too worried about getting hurt.
Y'all remember that,
now,
that movie? Remember that
you
movie?
Want to talk about somebody wearing forearm pads? Elastic had on big thigh pads. He had on elbow. What running back wearing all that stuff, man?
Wait, that reminds me. You ever see that movie?
John Alexander.
Y'all ever see that movie, Little Giants?
Yeah.
They got the smallest guy on the team, and they put like every piece of equipment on it. Was that Lassie?
Yeah. That's Lassie. Go look at one of those highlights. He got on every pad that they can make to protect himself. But you're supposed to be a dog running back, but you want all that on to protect yourself. Look at it. If you look at all the stuff he had on, he looked too heavy to run the football.
My gosh.
He look like Christian Okoye out there.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. That's what he looked like for real. That's what he looked like. Hey, like a heavyweight fight. He go in there. He weigh in at like 205. By the time he get padded up, he 240.
I do got a question based on what you said earlier about the way the game has changed. If you were lined up in your prime against Julio or Jalen Waddle, what do you do against them? How do you shut those guys down?
You got to play a cat. You got to play. Honestly, you got to play a cat and mouse game with them that big, man. You can't just sit there and press all night. You gonna have to show some fresh look. You don't want to get off, man, because they gonna get you live all day and get your little help over the top here now and then. Ask for a little help. Now I saw who was that? Lattimore played him. He played him head up majority of the night, and he gave him a fit. That's before. So Julio, man, he a big target. You just gotta be physical with him. You can't let them guys get free releases, man. You get them free releases. It's ball game all night, man. You gotta at least get up there and fight. But no, if you watch them, everybody's bailing out. As soon as the ball snap, everybody's bailing out. And there's a cornerback. What you never do is call a guy out if you're not ready.
Just like you gotta realize something too, though.
Huh?
You gotta realize something though. You got a guy that big, that physical, and still running a 4.3 40. So you try to put your hands on him, he gonna club you to death and run right past you. A lot of these DBs too little. They ain't big enough. Yeah,
well, that's true. But if you like to leave and all them boys, you can get up there and do it when you're big enough to do it. Now, if you too small now, you need some help over the top. You need to play some 2-man. Get some trail team, some help over the top.
Yeah,
but you got to change up your approach when you playing guys that big. You can't just show them the same thing all night. They gonna kill you.
You know, I was actually reading some stuff early this morning where they were talking about the Seahawks were interested in acquiring Julio and lining him up opposite of DK Metcalf.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dear Lord.
I don't think your over the top help ain't gonna do you no good at that
point.
No, ain't no over the top there, baby.
Man, they only have.
I mean, even if the Titans were to get a Julio and put him opposite AJ Brown,
ain't no help, man. They won't even have a friend in Jesus.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I mean, because at that point, you're gonna split your safeties. Then you're not gonna have the run support. You're not gonna be able to bring your safety down in the box. So that's gonna create all tons of problems.
Oh yeah.
And then look at how this opens up your slot receiver even more. Your slot receiver gonna be burning them.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is put Julio and DK out there and let them run them K-Lee routes all day, post and goes, huh? According to Antonio.
Hopefully,
but what I like about Julio now, Julio will go across the middle. He will do that. Now I really hadn't seen DK Metcalf go across the middle or not like that, but Julio will go across there. So when you got all that work, I ain't really hadn't seen games with DK really just go across the middle. Even though he that big, I don't know if his hands and the concentration that well to go across the middle.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think Seattle trusts to send him over the middle.
Well, I agree with you on that. I agree. You don't see many games where they working him on intermediate routes, man.
They don't.
It's all
You gotta realize
he will literally he literally has 3 routes. He'll have a post in, he'll have a post out, and he'll have a go.
All right, but you gotta look at something though. As a head coach and offensive coordinator, you paying this man all this money. You know the injury he had in college. Are you willing to put him in that position to potentially be injured at? I wouldn't send him across the middle and then he take a shot above the neck, above the shoulder pass, and he right back, out for a year. I wouldn't send him across there either.
Now what the hell I'm paying him all this money for just to send him on 3 routes? Shit, I'm paying you all this money. I want your ass to run the route tree. Be able to run the route tree for me.
Dominate those 3 routes that he runs.
All right, well, fellas, it's time to move on to our next segment that features our own Stephen M. Smith. It's the depth chart, where Stephen tells us what's going on inside the Crimson Tide. And this week, he actually has some breaking news for us. Stephen M. Smith, if you would, go ahead and talk to us.
Man, so I sat there, saw this news on Keegan Robinson just hit the transfer portal. Alabama running back didn't hit the portal. He did not play last year because he opted out due to COVID. So when he came back, you know how he's got this ability to not only run the ball, but catch the ball also. So they tried working him at receiver and running back throughout the spring, and that kind of got on the man's nerves. And on top of that, when you're coming back from opting out, you miss a whole year, so you're trying to catch back up and all of this. But he is in the portal. Keegan Robinson has put his name in the portal.
It's a lot of competition in that running back.
So now you got 6 backs on the roster, but Alabama could also stand to lose one more. And if that one more ends up being Kyle Edwards, now you're looking at 5 guys on the roster. But the key here is Alabama typically rotates 3 guys, maybe 4, but at the most 3. So with the work that Jace McClellan's been putting in this offseason and Brian Robinson being a senior leader, who is that 3rd guy between Trey Sanders, Roydell Williams, and Kamar Wheaton? That's going to be the biggest question, because Wheaton coming in thinking, you ain't finna redshirt me. I'm in all. I'm going to take this. And then you got Roydell, who's got a lot of ability, and you've got Trey Sanders, of whom you're praying to God, can he please get off the injuries?
Now, my question is, do you feel like if Trey Sanders will hit the portal?
That's a strong question, because that goes back to this past spring where he did not take part in spring practice. He was not out there on A-Day, and everybody saw what Jace and Roydell were both doing. So that's going to be tough on Trey, and it's Steve Brown in here.
Folks, we got some.
Hey, man, let me tell y'all something, man. First off, let me say this. I love you guys so much, man. I sped through Atlanta traffic. I took detours to get here, man. I went through the gay district and got stopped at least 4 times, but I made it. I think because I had on a tight black shirt like Marvin, and they had to stop me several times. So I was in the truck and got this white shirt and came on, man. But I'm here, man.
Hey, Steve, how many cigars you went through, Steve?
Huh?
How many cigars you went through?
I didn't go through none, man, but I got hit on a lot of times, man. I had to take that black shirt off. I'm like, hey. Hey, man, because you know when you work out, you want to show the muscles like Marvin. And I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know if they saw a nipple through my window or what. They just kept stopping me. But I made it.
You laughing too hard, Tonio.
I don't know of anybody who wants to take their straw before they're working out.
I know.
What up, Steve?
What up, man? What's going on, man?
Oh, Lord, tell me something, baby.
Hey, man, hey, I will tell you this. Yeah, we had who we have on oh my god, who we have on
Classic, sorry.
yeah, Lassie. He said you would not make a tackle. He said when they ran towards you, you just laid it down. Is that true, man? Not my dude. He said you just laid it down.
He said you had the cleanest jersey on the entire field.
Well,
if there's contact, you weren't going anywhere near the hole.
Hey, Langham.
Yeah.
The man said this out of his mouth. He said every time they ran towards you, you start making up basketball players for your team now.
hey, and then he said George Teague would jump on your back.
Yeah. Hey, and then I mean I don't know what he was talking about, man. Then he said one time they ran towards you and you put on glasses like Steven and said, "Don't hit a blind man." And so they said you had all types of excuses, man. Hey man, you want to rock on that, man? Y'all, I apologize for being late, man. Y'all know what I've been going through on the auditions and all that, man. But I'm glad to make it, man. You know, so.
This dude said he put on glasses like Steve, so don't hit a blind man.
Yeah, don't hit a blind man.
Dog.
hey, man, but Lassick looking good, man. Lassick looking good.
No doubt.
Yeah, if you go in the weight room and all you do is arms every day, well, you don't look like that.
Hey, all he do is curls every day.
Hey, look, all he do is go in there. You ever seen him with a suit on? He look like a popsicle with 2 sticks underneath.
Say he built like a yield sign.
Yeah.
Y'all are so wrong.
Hey man, hey. So in other words, you saying Derek Lassick built like a car key?
He does no legs. He just go in the gym and do arms all the time.
like that twin pack of popsicle sticks when them two be in there together.
Hey, I'm blaming all this on you. Antonio Langham said Derek Lassick built like an hors d'oeuvre. hey, Justin, write all this down. We're gonna blame it on him. So when Derek Lassick come back on the show, we're gonna throw all this information. Antonio Langham said Derek Lassick built like a blow pop. Look,
that's what he built like for real.
Hey, you writing it down, Justin? You writing it down? You writing it down?
All of it.
Yeah. Hey, Antonio Langham said Derek Lassick built like a push pop. Look.
Come on the field, look like Johnny Bravo.
Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong.
Okay, man.
Hey, Steve, y'all want him to hang up? Tell him it's 4th and 1.
He'd be like, hey, bring Lynch in.
Yeah, there you go. Bring Lynch in.
Bring Lynch in.
Hey, Lassie, can you get 4th and 1? Lynch, you get this one, man.
Come on, T. Come on.
Bruh. Man.
Y'all gotta be smart. He said Lassie like a push pop.
No, you said that. I didn't say nothing. You said that.
Hey, we done jumped from the transfer portal to Lassick. God.
You said that. I didn't say nothing.
If they had the transfer portal we were playing, we'd have probably put him in it because we couldn't get 4th and 1.
Well, you brutal.
But it's a serious competition though in that running back room for real though.
Hey, matter of fact, hey, Steve,
man.
He was talking about your boy Brian Robinson might have a little bit of competition from Jason McClellan going in.
You know what, man? I think it's gonna be Brian because I think Brian is well as a well-oiled machine now with the experience.
So is Marvin.
And then, yeah. Look at Marvin. You can call Marvin off guard. Look.
Hey, listen, Justin in that damn state trooper haircut, he is gonna leave.
Hey, so Jay, you said Justin online giving out tickets. Look,
tell me he don't look like Hank and Earl from Me, Myself, and Irene.
hey, man, but look, I think it's gonna be Brian, and then I like the Roy Dale. He looked pretty good in the spring too.
I'm gonna say this: Roy Dale tired of folks sleeping on him, man. He tired of it.
I think personally, I don't know what Trey gonna do, but I think he's gonna be
now, Steve. That's the wild card.
He's gonna be the one transfer.
That's the wild card because he got to prove he can be healthy. Because every time it seemed like he take a step forward, he take 5 steps back because of an injury.
Yeah, so, man. Trey get hurt coming out the locker room. I'm like, God.
No, the man got hurt trying to tie his shoes one practice.
I know, man.
Popped his foot trying to tie laces up.
I don't know, man. Maybe, and it's always a leg injury, right? Maybe he built like Derek Lassick. That's what Antonio said. That's what Antonio said. So hey, hold on, Justin. I noticed something. Hold on. Since Marvin got married, he ain't as reckless as he used to be. Marvin, you ain't gonna do this. Huh? You ain't as reckless as you usually be. You better talk about these players. Hold on. Miss Carson, you went on there with Miss Carson. She must be on the other bunk bed. Miss Carson.
Hey, see, we're talking about players, not Pete Golding. There's a difference.
Okay, all right, okay.
Wow. Steve, what it is, man, he's overwhelmed because he just got nominated to another school's Hall of Fame list.
Oh my God, Holy Cross.
Holy Cross. Antonio, did you hear about that? Marvin got put on his rival school's Wall of Fame.
Bro, T County had loving, boy. Tuscaloosa County.
What? You tell your boy that, Marvin? What's happening?
Somebody clearly made a mistake and put me on their Wall of Fame. I was like, I don't know which one of you idiots did that, but somebody about to get fired.
hey, man, but I went to Tuscaloosa recently and saw the mural, but it was a Marvin was on there getting trucked. That's what it was.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh.
Hey, hold on, it didn't stop though, but guess who was getting trucked by? Derek Lassick and them little legs. Hey, you can see the video. His leg was like this. Hey, Antonio, while you laughing, we gonna blame this all on you. You know that.
I know it. I already know it.
Hey, serious question though, Steve. So serious question. What is it this year that you're trying to see from B-Rod, man?
I'm trying to see him get the 4 opportunities that he deserves. I think given the workload like Najee had, I think he'll do just as good as Najee.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
I agree with that.
And the thing is, I ain't gonna sleep on him. He might just do better. You never know, man, because he's a stud, dog. And to me, he runs harder. He make people not want to hit the tackle.
Well, I'll say this: the running backs coach that he has, Gillespie, that played at Florida under Spurrier, Gillespie split time at Florida, so he know how to come in there and talk to them backs about even if you split time, we're gonna give you the work, even if you split in time.
Right.
And then I've seen Brian recently, man, and Brian has gotten bigger. You ought to see his legs, man. His thighs don't look nothing like Derek Lassick. That's what Antonio said. That's what Antonio.
I'm saying this right here. I think so. Right now, Bama's got 6 guys on the roster with Keelan in the portal, but between now and fall camp, you got to keep your eyes on Kyle Edwards and Trey Sanders. One of those two is going to hit that portal. between Edwards and Sanders. If not, both of them,
it's gonna be Trey. And I think I already know his destination too. His destination. He gonna transfer to DCH because he always stay hurt. So yeah. Well, maybe I don't know. It depends on how much insurance he got. He might transfer to Miles Wiley. I don't know.
Boy, y'all hell.
All right.
So do they have a transfer portal for coaches? Because Marvin, if they had a transfer portal for coaches, who would you like to see go?
Nah, they didn't defy his ass.
That don't even transfer, just fire.
Fire him outright.
Okay. So this was the craziest question of Memorial Day weekend. Somebody off ESPN, I think it was Ryan Clark, sat there and threw the question out. He said, of the three quarterbacks that played at Bama, Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Mac Jones, who will have the best NFL career?
I think personally, I think Tua will. And then it all depends on the system. You know what? But out of all three of them, I would say Jalen Hurts is the most durable quarterback. You know, so the only thing, if Jalen Hurts got his throwing accuracy straight, I think he has a good chance, a great chance.
I honestly think it's going to be Mac Jones. And the reason why I say that is because Josh McDaniels will know how to use it. Mac Jones is more along that line of Brady. And
hold on, Antonio. Did Mac Jones go to New England?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, Antonio.
All right. Well, guys, we're running out of time. Before we start to head out, Marvin, if you would, man, give us a quick rundown on how the book is doing and how we can get our hands on it.
40plusstrong.com 40plus. Man, listen, quit laughing, man. You need to be using the one you got. All right.
I don't want my. I can't put my hands on it because you're naked on there.
Hey, Antonio, I will say this. The workout gloves, man, they are phenomenal, bro.
Workout gloves.
They are phenomenal. The workout gloves, they're durable, they light, and they feel good, man. So I give them that. So but other than him being naked on the book, I just turn.
All right. So again, you can go.
Man, you didn't tell me you had workout gloves, man.
PLUSSTRONG 40plusstrong.com for workout books, gloves, sauna vests, hoodies. For Antonio, the badass knees, we got patella straps, we got compression sleeves, all of the above. 40plusstrong.com.
Hey,
you didn't have the dance on the best when I asked for it.
Marvin even coming out with goggles for your vision.
Hey, Marvin, if you really want to make money, get some goggle holders. You see how Steven glasses on his nose? Get some goggle holders and pull them up. There we go.
Them things look like telescopes.
Well, Antonio,
He gonna be able to see Mars surface from Earth.
Well, Antonio, we really appreciate you coming on again, brother. Always fun.
I enjoyed it, man.
If you would, before you close out, tell us what's up next for you. And are you on social media yet?
No, sir. No, not at all.
He don't want Lassick to find him.
Well, guys, great show. For our audience members, if you have any questions for us or anyone who's going to be on the show, email us, thebamastandard@gmail.com. All right, guys, had a great time. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.